Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Talkamania!
Welcome to another week of Talkamania. I'm your host Desmino, here with my hombre J-Bone. Say hello, J-Bone.
Hey, what's up, Des? How you doing, man?
Hey, not too bad, not too bad. Probably doing a little bit better than yourself.
Yeah. I'm still a bit sore, man. I had hernia surgery on Wednesday.
Yeah, so Jay had a little secret. It was a little secret that was a little bit inside of him. Yeah.
Funny guy.
So Jay's feeling a little bit sore. We didn't do a show a bit early in the week to review Raw and SmackDown. So here we are.
My apologies.
Here we are now heading into No Mercy. So the theme and topic of today's show will be No Mercy. Going into the pay-per-view, predictions, and a few little tidbits here and there. I mean, there are some noteworthy things to talk about this week, but at the same time, I don't know. Both shows were kind of uneventful going into the pay-per-view. I guess they tried to do their best, but SmackDown for me was one of the worst SmackDowns I can remember in a long time. The booking and all kinds of things were just a bit all over the place.
It was messy.
It was. But before getting into it, folks, we encourage you, follow us on social media, on Twitter, @_Talkamania. We're on YouTube now. We're evolving. We also have brand new art, logo. Check it out. Was done by the awesome Philip Cotter. Follow him @Philip, that's with 1L, Cotter Art. Awesome guy from Ireland. Can make your art. He did ours. Awesome.
He's from Ireland?
Yeah, man.
Oh, cool. How'd you find him?
Just skewing through social media, checking people who were freelance artists, checking their profiles out. Had a few conversations with a few different individuals, and I liked what he had, and he's a nice guy, and here we are, upgrading
right on,
1 week at a time.
We're on the up and up, man.
Yeah. Not too bad. So let's get right into it. Before we get into No Mercy, a few noteworthy things. I think for the most part, we'll touch most on Raw and the Raw roster as we go over No Mercy. So I guess a few things for SmackDown that were noteworthy for me and that I wanted to bring up. Now, I know you're a big Rusev fan. I like Rusev as well, too. It's been frustrating to watch. A lot of people think that Jinder Mahal, that's where Rusev should be right now. He should have the championship and be doing a similar kind of gimmick. So, anyways, Jinder Mahal's another point I want to talk about, but Rusev Orton, what's going on with this feud? It feels like they're just trying to rush it. At the same time, they're giving them both quick wins over each other now. I don't know, this week we saw Aiden English versus Randy Orton, right? So offhand, we obviously know Aiden English is going to lose, but it's fine. I think it's good for Aiden to have a match against Randy Orton. It's good exposure. The match itself was decent, but I don't get what happened after. So Rusev comes out, walks down the ramp, and now they can just have impromptu matches just like that?
It was weird. It was odd, eh?
Yeah, it was just a bit strange. I've never seen anybody come down and challenge anybody to a match. Like, I don't know. I mean, if people want to embarrass people, maybe that's what they should start doing now. But I don't know. I guess they felt that they hurt Rusev with that quick loss against Randy Orton, and they wanted to return the favor. I don't really get it because Aiden English didn't really wear down Orton too much, and then he beats him with a super kick. And then runs out the ring celebrating. The only good thing from that segment was when Renee Young asked him, he said, "Hey, you look elated." And he's like, what does that mean? Hilarious. I loved it.
It's pretty sad when that's the highlight of the segment, eh?
That was one of the highlights of SmackDown, too. I mean, first of all, the segment itself was garbage, but I think the joke itself made one of the jokes made my night. But I'm not sure where it goes from here. I guess they're going to feud again. Maybe this time Rusev will pick up the win. I kind of foresee maybe that happening. Maybe he's going to start gaining favor, and hopefully brighter things are in the pasture for him. Just was very confusing. A lot of the booking was really confusing. All the way up to the women's championship match where they just threw everybody in the ring together. The number one contender match. They threw everybody in the ring together. I knew already that Charlotte was going to win. I think we all knew it. Her father was sick. She comes back. I think it was inevitable. And I think she's the right person for it. You're going to have Natty versus Charlotte at Hell in a Cell. So it could be a really, really good match if they give them the right time and right build-up. So looking forward to that one. But lots of chaos in that match. Lots of sloppiness. The announcers kept calling Tamina Lana. That just shows you how much they also don't care about her. But yeah, I mean that was the main event. So I like seeing the women get the main event, but outside of that, wasn't too much of a great SmackDown for me. Did you end up watching it?
Yeah, no, I watched it. I definitely watched it. The Charlotte, for sure, it was obvious that she was going to win. I'm nervous though, man, because I don't want to see her win at Hell in a Cell. I don't want to see Natty give up the championship yet.
Well, the thing here too that stands out in my mind is Carmella was completely absent from SmackDown, so it's almost like, well, we have a ways to go for the Hell in a Cell. But the fact that she's not present and they're keeping her kind of forgotten makes it seem like she's going to be involved potentially in the outcome of this match, or at least, you know, maybe beating Charlotte after, or I don't know. We'll see. You know, that way they can...
I just like to see a clean Charlotte versus Natty match at Hell in a Cell. Let Natty win. Just give us, like, you know, they fought in NXT. It was a pretty dope match. Give it to us again.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see it too. I just feel inevitably if they did give us that match, it's going to be Charlotte going over. But I'd like to see, like, you know, Natty get one and then Charlotte get the next, take the title off her. Then Natty can kind of like somewhat start finishing off her career, you know. So
she needs a few pay-per-views retaining, I feel like.
Yeah, no, I hope so too. I mean, you know, she's already had it long enough. No, I mean, she's already had it. Sorry, she's already had it for a few weeks. So I'm happy for that in that regard. I thought they were going to take it off her a lot sooner than they did. But
sooner, really?
I did. I thought, you know, Carmella would come out and, like, they gave it to Natty just to kind of give her the tap in the back and be like, look, you did really good for us. We respect what you kind of given back to the women's division. And they let her have it for a bit. Kind of like they did with Zack Ryder in the Intercontinental title. They gave it to him, said, here's your moment, and then took it off him the night after. So
that was brutal.
Yeah. I mean, we don't... And on that note of Zack Ryder, like, what's going on with Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley? I mean... They were supposed to be fed up with each other the week before, you know, this can't happen anymore, and then it happens again, and I guess now they feel like they have to turn heels both together. Like, I'm not sure. I thought one was going to turn on the other, but now I feel like they're both still on the same page, but realize they have to do something drastic, so we'll see.
It's like filler storylines. SmackDown really, I mean, outside of... I mean, I don't know where they're going with anything, man. Really, I don't know where they're going with anything.
And with 2 hours, too. With 2 hours, there should not be any filler program. If you're putting in Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder in this kind of aspect, like, give me Luke Harper. Give me Breezango. You know, there's so much missing from SmackDown. Sami Zayn wasn't there again, as far as I can recall. So it's just, again, it's 2 hours. I know they don't have a lot of time to fill everything in. And I guess it's also kind of attributes with the main event when they throw all the women in at once. But... you know, they're doing what they can, but they're leaving out some really key players. I just really feel like putting Luke Harper in there, they could be doing something with him. And yeah,
there's just no real storyline on SmackDown right now. I mean, we have the McMahons and Kevin Owens, which is pretty interesting, and that's being set up pretty well for Hell in a Cell. But Jinder Mahal versus Nakamura, it's not a good storyline whatsoever. There's no depth to it. It's not developing. It's not taking a life of its own. It's so flat. And, I mean, outside of that, what are we going to see? I guess we're going to see the Usos against New Day again at Hell in a Cell?
Yeah, I guess so. But the only thing I'll say about that is I'm not really a big Uso fan, but the matches they've been putting on are awesome, the tag matches.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah,
but there's,
so
I'm down with watching really, right now, I mean, going into No Mercy, there's some legitimate, you know, storylines being built up. And I feel like it's just not happening for Hell in a Cell. Well, I know we're far off from it.
That's it. Maybe it's just because they're far off. They'll start picking up some steam. But going back to the 2 points that you made, I mean, Kevin Owens, you know, he had this amazing way to close SmackDown the week before where he headbutted McMahon, busted him open, made him a monster. And then the week after, he's not even on the show. He's apologizing. He's there via satellite. Have him go against like a jobber or Sami Zayn or Aiden English or somebody and just have him demolish him. Make him look like a monster going into this Hell in a Cell. Don't have him not there the week after. Just didn't make sense for me in that regard.
Yeah, they should have had all the McMahons there, and KO should have made an appearance.
He should have made an appearance, yeah. And then I absolutely agree with you with Jinder and Shinsuke. I feel like there's like no momentum going into this. I feel week after week, it's bad promo after bad promo from Jinder. This week it was borderline racist. I don't even think it was borderline. It was a racist promo.
Well, Godzilla was pretty racist 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was. But, yeah, and my girlfriend's from Japan, and she was listening to it, and she thought a lot of it was really kind of, like, tasteless, and I think they got a lot of bad heat for it. But, you know,
see, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with them going down that line. It doesn't bother me if it's a bit racist. If anything, it's a little bit more interesting, but it wasn't good.
It wasn't
was
good.
Just,
useless. Yeah, you're right. And it's like, here's his face when he's mad. Here's his face when he's happy. Here's okay. Like, honestly, and they're fake laughing. Like, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Like, had they had, like, the two Singh brothers, like, one dressed up as Mr. Miyagi, the other guy is a Karate Kid, you know what I mean? And, like, had, like, a back, like a pre-taped skit, it would have been funny. And it could have been racist and it could have been funny. This was legitimately just a waste of everyone's time.
I also feel like they don't trust or they don't have faith in Nakamura's mic skills. So they have him do the things in the background or the back. You know, he does some quick little promo, raises a few words. Could be taped beforehand. He never really comes out and talks, and he has before. So the thing's kind of strange for me is like, I don't know, are they really not happy with what he says and how he's on the mic? Because he's not that bad. But anyways, we'll see where it goes. I just wish like maybe Nakamura would come out and answer the bell. But the thing is like, you know what happens? Like he's giving a promo and then Nakamura walks out to interrupt him, and his entrance comes on. He's gonna do the whole entrance. Like, I'm curious to see how he's going to come out in those senses when he interrupts people, because he can't come out and do the whole entrance. But I guess he could just come out to his music. I've just yet to see it, so I'm interested to see the approach.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, there's no backstory, so we can't even make like... I can't even help this. I can't even come up with a creative way to make this storyline better. It's that bad. It's really useless. I had more faith in WWE giving Jinder Mahal some sort of a credible championship run, and so far it's just been Randy Orton and now Shinsuke, and both of them have been really boring. Yeah, there's no credibility to it. I mean, it's just been call outs and name calling, and God, it's boring, man. Really bored with it.
Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that might spice up SmackDown, I'm hearing that Paige is likely to return in the near future, and she's rumored to go to SmackDown.
Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, we will see soon enough. We'll see Paige hopefully debuting and Asuka on Raw. She's rumored to actually be silent in her kind of Raw persona. I guess it's the whole like lack of promo skills. So it's kind of like silent but deadly. She doesn't need words to prove her actions. Anyways,
sounds good.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I mean, it'll inject something into the Raw roster at least, at the very least. But yeah, that's it. So, okay, let's do it, folks. We're going to get into No Mercy now and do our predictions. So,
right on.
You know how it goes, folks. Basically, we've got a pay-per-view this Sunday. We'll go over the matches one by one, say our words on each one, and we will make our predictions. And hopefully we'll be right.
Do you want to put a wager on this one?
I don't know. What were you thinking?
Loser buys the other one a shirt from WWE.com?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm down. But what's the stipulation? Do you have to get 100% right? One person has to have a better average? You know,
whoever gets the most right.
Whoever gets the most right.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm okay with that.
I mean, we're talking like $20-25 max.
Right.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
A piece of merch. It could be a pop. It could be a pop. It could be whatever.
Jay's holding up a Bret Hart vinyl pop.
Yeah,
right now.
I just realized there's no video. Yeah, Bret Hart pop.
Pop, dirty pop. All right, so let's dive right into it, folks. So we have our pre-show match. We'll go into that. We'll throw that in there. Why not? This could be our extra. I mean, you don't get Lotto, and then they ask for the extra. This is like the extra.
Well, yeah, are we going to count pre-show as part of the determination?
Well, it's score, right? So who gets the better score in the end, I guess. So, yeah, we can include this.
All right, I'm just getting a piece of paper because I'm going to write this down.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we do have our pre-show matchup, Apollo Crews and Elias. I don't know if they've had too much of a build-up. I think, did they have any interactions? I must say they must have, right, this past week. But yeah, they're going to be fighting this. I mean, that's how much memorable it is to me, right, I guess? That's why it's
pretty.
That's why it's in the pre-show.
It's pretty horrible.
Yeah,
exactly.
I find Apollo Crews is like really close to falling off the pre-show and then being lost in the void. But Elias looks good, big and strong guy. They're high on him. No doubt, Elias is going to go over in this match. I don't even need to say much more.
No, and I'm in 100% agreement. Not even a point in discussing any further.
All right, easy.
Elias.
Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Neville versus Enzo Amore for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Who do you call?
Well, first, have you been following it?
I have been following it on Raw. I've been watching a bit of it on 205 Live. I mean, I watched his debut. I watched him go in the number one contendership match, which was a really freaking good match. And the only person who did nothing or didn't contribute to this awesomeness was Enzo Amore. And then he comes out and wins it, which was kind of sad. And his finishing move is so poor. And I'm just not sold on Enzo Amore.
Is it the arm thing that girl does? Is that what he's using as his finisher?
He does like a twirl, little foot to the face. He falls on his back and the foot goes in the guy's face. Maurice used to do it when she was on the active roster.
Yeah, he like grabs someone's arm and pulls him. And yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like to the jaw. Yeah. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. If Enzo beats Neville, I am going to be so sad after all the work they've done on Neville, building up to be a incredible champion and one of the best on the mic. And if Enzo ends up beating him, it would be ridiculous. But, who knows? Maybe a schoolboy or something like that. Maybe he'll end up rolling him up, pulling something out of the hat. But no. I'm going to go with my man Neville on this one.
You going with Neville?
I'm going with Neville.
Okay, before I throw my prediction, I read this, so I can't take credit for it. But the only way I want to see Enzo win this is if it means Neville goes up to main roster off 205. You know what I mean? Like if they can somehow spring Neville to get into the IC title picture, or just give it to Enzo, let him run in 205. Otherwise, I mean, what a bad move it would be. If they keep Neville in 205 without the championship belt, I mean, come on, man.
Well, I have a feeling, though, and the whole reason they put Neville on the Cruiserweight division was because he was getting lost and buried on the main roster. So I feel like if he did come up to the main roster, there are just too many people up there. If you get buried, I think he's just doing a lot better for himself on 205. I think it's a perfect playground for him. Again, I do feel like Neville's going to walk away with the championship here. Again.
Oh, you're saying it's Neville?
Neville will win.
Oh,
yes,
sorry.
Yeah,
okay,
yes,
sorry.
yes.
I thought you said Enzo.
Or he will get disqualified and keep his title. Like maybe he's going to come close to losing and do something to disqualify himself. It's kind of hard, I guess, if we're going to call matches on how we're going to end.
Let's call it who walks out with the title on this one.
And Neville's going to walk out with the title on this one.
Neville? Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. And if it's not, that's a fucking shame, I'll tell you that much. So I guess we're in agreement.
We are in agreement so far. Yep, absolutely.
All right.
All
right, what do we got next?
Let's go into another title match. This one is for the Intercontinental Championship. We have Mike The Miz going up against Jason Jordan. What do you have for this one? What are your thoughts?
I love The Miz. I really, really do. I think it's too early for Jason Jordan to win the IC Championship. But I think creative is pretty lazy. And I could see them giving it to Jordan. But this is a tough one. Honestly, I think it might be my toughest one to predict. I'll go first on this one, though, just to keep it fair. And you know what? I'm going to stick with my boy, The Miz. He's going to retain. I don't know if he's going to win, but he's going to retain.
Fair enough. And I'm going to agree with you on that one. So I think it's too early for Jason Jordan to win the IC title. I think that's where he's headed. But I think this feud with The Miz is not going to be it's not going to be ending at No Mercy. I think The Miz is going to win the championship, retain the title over Jason Jordan, be it by, the Miztourage distracting him, getting a roll up, or maybe the Miztourage is going to be thrown out and then The Miz is going to get frustrated and disqualify himself. And again, championship match, as we were talking before with Neville, I agree, and I feel like The Miz is going to walk out with his title.
One way or another.
Yeah, yeah.
When do you think the Miztourage is going to make a turn?
It'll probably be once The Miz loses his title and then has them, and then he blames them for not having it, and then they get fed up. I think it'll happen soon enough. Maybe at WrestleMania-ish area, I would say. But again, I don't see there's any plan for that immediately because I think it's the best thing for them both. They were involved in the main event not too long ago of Raw.
Yeah.
And exactly. So I think Bo Dallas and Kurt Axel are both a lot happier being in the Miztourage than being in dark matches.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Right. So again, I think Jason Jordan may take the belt off Miz eventually, but it's not going to be at No Mercy.
Not at No Mercy. All right. Gotcha. Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, or is that what you got next?
Yeah, well, let's just jump into Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. So this one's a bit interesting because these are two guys where we don't really have much for either of them to do. So they've been feuding for the past few months. We thought that the end was going to be Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor when he became a demon, but no, now he wants to fight Finn Balor while he doesn't wear his makeup. Now, remind me, he fought Finn Balor as the Demon. Did he fight Finn Balor before he was a Demon in another pay-per-view or on Raw or SmackDown? I can't remember for the life of me.
That's how bad this is. So I'm
trying to see what the score is, if it's like 1-1 or if it's, I think that's highly dependent on where this is going to go.
I feel like it's Finn Balor 1, Bray Wyatt 0.
Right, so I feel like they might give Bray Wyatt 1 here because he's not wearing his makeup or whatever. That's the whole gimmick or the whole angle they're trying to go with here. But at the same time, by all means, holy crap, this better be the end of this feud. So I'm only worried that if Bray Wyatt wins, they're going to do a rubber match next month or something like that. And I just I really can't take much more of this. Finn Balor's got to go on to other things. Bray Wyatt's got to go on to other things. They just feel like these guys are lost, or I feel like these guys are lost. This one is probably, for me, the hardest one to call on the pay-per-view.
Finn Balor needs to go on to better things, and Bray Wyatt needs to leave the WWE.
Who does?
Bray Wyatt.
Needs to leave the WWE? Why is that? Not high?
Because it's over, man. It's over.
I think there's too much people that believe in him, and I also believe that with the proper booking and the proper direction, he can do it. But I just feel like they're not ever going to give that to him. So I'm hoping that once this whole thing with Balor ends, he can move on and they can try again, and hopefully
he doesn't have the right opponent. He doesn't. He doesn't have a counterpart. He doesn't. Honestly, Finn Balor is not the right one. It doesn't work. I get that he's got the demon thing, but it doesn't work. He needs somebody who's always a demon.
But it's also kind of stupid that he needs to have a special opponent, just a specific opponent to be successful when other people are they can wrestle whoever they want.
I mean it like this. I mean when Mankind came in, Mankind versus Undertaker. Mankind only worked because he was fighting the Undertaker. You know what I mean? And then once that feud was over, the Mankind character changed.
Well, he worked with Kane. Him and Kane had a pretty good feud.
Okay, that's true. Yeah,
run,
Kane.
But it's also in the same kind of realm, right? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, really, Bray Wyatt lost his opportunity with the Undertaker, and I don't think there's any recovery from it.
I think having the Wyatt family was kind of helpful for him. I think when he had that, but then they bring them together, break them up, bring them together, break them up, bring them together, break them up, and it's I don't know, when they were dominating and destroying as the Wyatt family, to me, I thought he was more noticeable. He stood out a lot more. Now he's not as noticeable. Maybe give him Sister Abigail, and him and Sister Abigail can go and do shit. I don't know who it would be. Maybe I think Nikki Cross could be a good Sister Abigail. Or
is Nikki Cross the girl that's in Insanity?
Insanity, yeah.
Sanity.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, why not just Sanity versus the Wyatt family?
Yeah, no,
have
that
coming
great.
up at Survivor Series.
That could be fantastic. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, Sanity will make their way up to the main roster eventually, probably after or around WrestleMania. We'll know. I mean, we don't know. That's only me taking a shot at it in the dark there, but it will happen. And I think it's going to be a great team to move up to the main roster and inject some life into both brands or one brand. And the only thing is there's so many talent, so much roster getting inflated, so many new talent being injected. Bobby Roode on SmackDown, he was there to debut, and I haven't seen him in weeks. Obviously he's scheduled to feud against Ziggler. We definitely see that coming. But
it's poor roster management.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Poor roster management. Yeah, and too much roster too. But you have Ziggler coming out and doing his stupid shit every week, and you don't have Bobby Roode coming out. And I don't even like Bobby Roode. Only thing I like about him is the entrance is kind of fun. But aside from that, I find him pretty vanilla. But at the same time, I'd rather watch him wrestle a match than watch Ziggler do the same thing he's been doing for the past month. And he's not just doing it for the past month. This is what he did when he put over Baron Corbin. This is what he did when he put over Nakamura. And he's basically the dedicated, I guess, jobber to the new talent. So anyways, we'll see.
Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt, baby.
Yes, off topic, right. Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt. This one is tough. I guess I'll say that Finn Balor is going to pull it off again.
Yeah, I had Balor as well. I don't think I could ever bet on Bray Wyatt winning a match.
I don't know, man. Okay, let's say Finn Balor for now. I'm going to mull it over as we're going along, and maybe we'll go back and revisit this one.
All right.
I'm still going with Finn Balor here, but
okay.
I guess my thing that I'm stuck on mainly is if they have Bray Wyatt lose again, what's it do to Bray Wyatt? And if Finn Balor loses, I think he can recover from it. The only thing is, if Bray Wyatt does win, then I feel like the rubber match is going to come up, and this feud's going to keep going on. But if Finn Balor really does, boom, prove his point, then I don't know. But it's hard because I can't see them making Bray Wyatt lose again as well. This is a tough one to call for me.
It's a stupid one. That's why. It's unpredictable for no reason. It's like, yeah, okay, as fans we complain things are too predictable, but the reason why this is so unpredictable is because it has no relevance. So forget it. Let's move on. We'll come back to it. What do you got next on there, Mike?
All right, so Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins versus The Bar, Cesaro, and Sheamus for the Tag Team Raw Championships. So for this one, again, we've been seeing Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins tagging for a while now. They've got good chemistry going up against The Bar. They've had many chances for the tag team titles. Haven't been able to get them back off Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Will this be the night? Will it be at No Mercy where they win back their championship? My answer? Nope.
No way, Jose.
I think Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are definitely retaining.
Now, do you think the match is going to be entertaining?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think as entertaining as it can be. I mean, Seth Rollins is interesting to watch. Cesaro's interesting. Dean Ambrose will do some, high-risk stuff. Cesaro... He compliments Sheamus compliments Cesaro well, and he'll do some brute things. So I think it'll be an okay match.
Is it going to be the same that we've seen over and over, or are they going to take a page out of the Uso versus New Day book and try and one up their last match?
Well, I think the New Day Uso match was like a hardcore match or no DQ or tables or it was something they had more freedom. I think so.
No, but they've had a few matches back and forth. And
it's not going to be a show stealing tag team match, if that's what you're asking me. I think it'll be a solid, good tag team match. It's not going to be like, holy shit, awesome. Maybe a chat, but there may be a chant at some point if a big spot happens. But it's not going to be an epic tag team battle.
Are we going to see simultaneous suicide dives like we saw on Raw?
Yeah, I think so. I think from Ambrose and Rollins, you'll see the dives from either side or whatever they're going to do. But again, one thing I'm interested in is I know Sheamus is kind of slated to go film a movie soon, so I'm wondering if this is going to be the end of the bar or towards the end of the bar or leading to it. And I mean, it obviously also makes me further believe that Cesaro and Sheamus will lose. But I mean, I don't know. I don't think Ambrose and Seth Rollins are going to lose the tag team titles. If they do, there's not much for them to do outside of this tag team, and I don't think it's time for them to lose those titles just yet.
Right on. I think that's a pretty easy one to call. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's jump into the Women's Championship match. A lot of contenders. They keep throwing people into this match. We saw Bayley come back earlier than expected and be thrown into this match as well too. So the match we have in front of us is Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, and Emma. And it's funny. I saw someone say on Twitter this week, what would you do or what would you say if Emma walks out as a champion? And I was like, holy crap, I completely forgot she was even in this match because she wasn't even on Raw last week. So the fact that you have this woman who's in the match, I know she was staying behind in Australia with spending time with her family. I get it. It's cool. No problem. But if you have her going into a championship match at a pay-per-view that Sunday, she should definitely be on Raw. I'm sorry. She can go back to Australia afterwards or whatever, but...
Yeah, that's just poopy creative, right?
It totally says to me that she's not winning this match. And, again, I have a feeling, not only do I have a feeling, my prediction is that Alexa Bliss is going to walk out, is going to retain her championship as well, too.
So you right away, you're already picking
That
Bliss.
is my prediction, yes. And I believe Emma is the one who's going to take the pin.
Ooh, secondary, eh?
I believe that's why she's in that match, too. So the other ones don't look
who would you want to win if you can choose?
Alexa Bliss or Nia Jax.
Okay, cool.
And I've come a long way because if you guys remember, I did not like Nia Jax, but she's definitely earning my respect, and she's got a little ways to go still. But Sasha Banks, hearing the things she says, the ego that she has, she really thinks she literally thinks she's the best, one of the best women wrestlers of all time. Now, I'm not going to say she's a terrible wrestler. She's a good wrestler. But did you watch the Mae Young Classic? Dude, half the women in there are a better wrestler than her. Charlotte's a better wrestler than her. Becky Lynch is a better wrestler than her. She looks good. She's got a good look. She's got a good attitude. But she's sloppy. She calls things. She has botches in her matches. And I know I'm picking on her week after week after week. But, I don't think saying that she's one of the best of all time. Let's wait, folks.
This is a tough one, man.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Like my gut says Alexa Bliss. My head says Nia Jax. And my heart says Emma. I just want to see like the Jinder Mahal of the women's division. I could see them running with Emma. I really, really could.
She would have been on Raw this week.
I know, but I could just see it. I could see her coming out and be like, ha ha ha, I told you. And then like, boom, she's squashed and like Nia Jax beats her next month. Or Nia Jax beats her in 2 weeks on Raw. You know what I mean? Just so that Nia didn't have to beat Alexa. Just something like that.
Well, I think they're going to build this Alexa and Bliss Nia Jax match. So again, I believe, and this is me thinking long term, I'm not predicting this whole outcome, but this is my thought process. Alexa Bliss gets squashed in the match. She's lying on the outside, whatever's happening. Something happens to Emma where Emma gets squashed by Nia Jax, and then maybe Bayley
Bliss steals it.
But yeah, Sasha and Bayley both take out Nia. Meanwhile, Alexa crawls over, pins Emma, keeps her belt, and then next month is going to be the one-on-one. The next pay-per-view will be the one-on-one, or it could be on an episode of Raw. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, where Nia Jax legit beats Alexa Bliss and then wins the championship. So that's my call. I don't even think it's that hard for me to really... It's not one of the hardest matches for me to call, considering how many people are involved in it. I feel that's the way they've painted this feud and why they've added people. And, I don't think they're ready to give it back to Bayley. Sasha's had it so many times ready, and they keep taking it off of her. I think Nia Jax, they want to have that Bliss-Nia Jax match. Nia Jax might win it. If Bliss doesn't, it will be Nia. But I don't think it's going to be yet. I think it's going to be a one-on-one match when she wins that title. And I believe Alexa Bliss is walking out with that championship.
It's just so frustrating because I'm looking at these 5 women's names and I'm going, Sasha can have a program with Bayley, no title necessary. Alexa can have a program with Nia, no title necessary. Emma needs a title.
Alexa gets squashed by Nia in seconds.
I know, but the match can still work. Like she still has like that speed, and she's still like a smarter wrestler.
I know, but Nia isn't. Nia is very like a brawling striker. She's very sloppy. When she gets hit, she falls into one knee. She has no finesse.
I could still see them running a program, but
they will. They will run a program. I think it's after this match they'll do that.
All right, I'm going with Alexa Bliss. I'm not happy about it. My heart says Emma, but
okay,
I'm going with Alexa.
I'm going to give you a freebie here and say not a freebie. I'm going to give you some advice and say do not pick Emma. Yeah. You will be disappointed.
Oh, but I'd love to win our wager.
We've picked all the same things so far, so there's going to be no winner.
I know. That's why I'm like, could this be the one?
Maybe we should just go back on the Finn Balor, Bray Wyatt. One of us to just say fuck it and pick one or the other. But
wait, we still got 2 more matches, man.
We do. Okay, so let's go into maybe the most anticipated based on the build-up week after week. I guess there's 2 that are really anticipated. But the one I'm talking about is the promo versus promo. John Cena, Roman Reigns. Guys have been spitting on the mic week after week. Really kind of natural, fluid promo that these guys first started off with. And now I feel like they're trying to catch lightning in a bottle, which they can't. They're trying to repeat it week after week. Roman comes out and throws out the Alex Riley mention.
Oh, yeah. Who is Alex Riley?
So Alex Riley was a guy, he was in NXT earlier. He was a protege of The Miz, basically. He was like the first Miz-tourage, and just him. And he followed The Miz around, helped him, and he was really getting popular, a lot of steam behind him. And then apparently he talked backstage, or he did something John Cena didn't like, and John Cena had him buried, and there's a long story, long history behind it. And then he ended up getting released after he was like, the crowd was eating this guy up with a spoon, and all of a sudden he's just not on TV, and he's released. And apparently John Cena didn't like him, pulled some political strings, and a lot of people know about it. You look into it, and it's funny because Alex Riley himself on social media always says he wants to talk about it, but he's not going to because he doesn't want to get into it and also cause issues. But I think eventually he will talk about it more or less. But there's some stuff out there here or there, but apparently Cena did not like him, buried him, and led to his release. So that's kind of it. It's kind of like everybody knows about it, breaking quote-unquote kayfabe. But for me, it was a really lame grasp or a lame attempt for Roman Reigns to try to do a good promo, and I just feel like he doesn't connect with the fans well enough. So, anyways, going to the match, icon, I guess, quote unquote icon versus quote unquote the future icon, or the man versus the guy. John Cena, Roman Reigns. What do you think? What are your predictions?
I'm excited. That's first and foremost. I'm excited.
I think the crowd's really going to be into this match, and I think you're going to have two people who are like, you can't wrestle, two people that are getting booed, but I think the fans are probably a little bit more behind Cena, and I think it'll be an entertaining match regardless.
I look at it like this. It's a win-win for WWE. It's going to get a great draw for No Mercy. Roman Reigns has become, even though, like you said, it was, he's drawing at straws using the Alex Riley thing, his promos have been more interesting.
They have, and they're getting better. And God,
he's got a little bit more charisma on the mic.
Oh,
he's got a little bit more gusto. So, and I think people are behind John Cena, but at the same time, kind of want to see Roman Reigns beat him. So, like, I'm taking Roman Reigns in this match for sure, and I'm actually, I hope he wins too. Like, I actually want him to win.
Okay, fair enough. I got you there. And again, I agree with you in terms of the promo skills. I think Roman Reigns is coming along a lot. And the thing is, don't forget, folks, John Cena's got years and years and years of practice.
That's
it.
I
think Roman Reigns, and The Rock too, had years of practice too. I think Roman Reigns will get there, and he's just not there right now. So John Cena's taking advantage and eating him alive. I think the match is going to be a great match, and I think fans are going to want to see Roman Reigns win, and I think that's the right thing to do. I think Roman Reigns winning this match is the right way to go. It's kind of somewhat a passing of the torch. I think John Cena is going to film some movies. He's not going to be around for a bit, so it almost seems like it's obvious that's what's going to happen. But regardless, my pick here is definitely going to be Roman Reigns.
I mean, it would be funny if he didn't win, though.
I would be. I would kind of like it. I would. I'm okay with either outcome, but I would like to see Roman Reigns lose. But I think Roman Reigns will win.
Yeah. Oof, fuck, we're agreeing on everything.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right, I saved the best for last because I'm not that it'll be the best match, but it's the one I'm most looking forward to because it's two behemoths locking up and breaking balls and breaking down the house. We have the champion Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. Thoughts, predictions? What you think?
Well, honestly, I mean, this one it's got me confused because, to me, a loss for Braun Strowman now is detrimental to everything, regardless of who it's against. He cannot lose this match against Brock Lesnar. But at the same time, I can't see how Brock Lesnar can lose this match and still be involved in WrestleMania plans and still be involved in a few of the storylines that we've been hearing, online going forward.
Well, they can give back to him, or they can work a way to do it. Strowman can win the title, then lose it the next month in a rematch, or you have a lot of time to figure that out.
Here's the questions I have. What's Samoa Joe's injury status right now?
Oh, that's actually interesting you're bringing that up. I can't remember what the injury was, but he's been out for, about a month now, so he's definitely going to be close to coming back, and could be interesting to see him come out in this match. Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't thought about that, so I don't know. I don't know his situation. What's
the deal? Has there been any talk of Goldberg?
I know they interviewed Goldberg this week, I think, and said, "Hey, would you come back to the WWE?" And months ago, he was like, "No, I'm done. I had to train so hard. It was so hard to get back into shape. I wanted my boy to see me, and now I'm done." To, "Hey, never say never. I can get back into shape a lot easier now, and if the price is right, the time is right, and the program is right, I'll be there." So, is it the last we've seen of Goldberg? Maybe not, but I don't see him being involved in this matchup. But maybe.
Okay. And other than that, I don't see how Triple H can have any involvement in this match either.
No, that's stretching it.
No, I'm just exploring all options here.
Okay.
Because I really don't see how either of these guys could lose.
I don't think the Brooklyn Brawler is going to be involved either.
The Brooklyn Brawler, yeah. Maybe the Repo Man? That being said, I don't know, man.
Make a prediction.
I'm going to go with Braun Strowman.
Cool. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see Braun walk out of there. And folks, this is where the sand is drawn the line because I'm going with Brock Lesnar on this matchup.
Tabernacle.
Yeah. I believe he will be walking away with this title, and I believe it more than likely will be by disqualification. I think that, he'll get his ass kicked, and maybe eventually he'll just low blow Strowman. maybe it'll go to both men will just destroy each other and they just end the match. Or, now that you're mentioning it, maybe Samoa Joe will come in and interrupt the matchup. But again, I think Strowman, I think my ideal and what I would love to see is having Strowman have that title and walk out with it.
It's tough. It's tough. Because it is a championship match. It's like you said, I could see Braun Strowman winning and Brock still has that title. You're right. I can totally see that.
Well, he could definitely win it back the next night on Raw. He can win it back the next month on Raw. And I'll just give you kind of a little bit of a hint here. Brock Lesnar, I don't think, is supposed to appear for a while. And only, I think, his next defense is supposed to be towards the end of the year or leading into Royal Rumble. So I think it's actually in your favor if you're going to say Braun Strowman in terms of Brock's upcoming schedule. So maybe Braun Strowman will have the title for a while. Maybe he'll come back and win it. I mean, who knows? They have a lot of time to figure things out.
You know what? If that's the only thing that's going to separate the two of us, I'll take. I'll place my bets on that. Yeah. Plus, I really want him to win. So
I do too. I'm just going with logic here and what I think's going to happen. And I don't think Brock Lesnar's going to lose the title. They've been making Braun Strowman look like a beast, so I guess it makes it look like he's going to beat Lesnar. I think it's going to be a cool matchup, a really cool matchup. These guys are going to destroy each other. I can't wait to see him F5 Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman's going to kick out at 1 or something. Watch. He'll cook out at like a 1 or 2. And obviously it would have to be a 2, but he's going to kick out early or he's going to be strong. He's going to look like a beast. And he's going to scare Brock Lesnar. And he's going to do a bunch of German suplexes, and it's going to be cool. But yeah, I think Brock Lesnar is somehow going to walk out with this match with the championship, be it by DQ or he does end up being Braun Strowman one way or the other. That's it. I think my prediction is it's going to be Mr. Brock Lesnar.
So we're we're literally split right down the middle.
Yeah,
we agree on everything.
Yeah.
So it's all going to come down to the main event.
Yeah, and I think outside of Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt, that's the kind of one that's the hardest for me to pick. But I'm saying Finn Balor just because I want this program to end, and I just feel like if Bray Wyatt wins this match, it's going to go on again. So I really hope Balor just wins this. But then again, Bray Wyatt's just going to be left in the dust after that, and I feel really bad for him. But that's why a little piece of me is kind of like Bray Wyatt might get the win over. But we'll see. Anyways, stack cards to some degree. A lot of cool matches. It's going to be really exciting. So Jay Baum and I will be back here with you next week to talk about what went on during No Mercy, the results, who the man is between him and I in terms of predictions.
Yeah. We have no excuses next week not to be able to do it. Surgery's done. Wedding season's over. I have no company coming into town, so I guess we'll be back next Wednesday, and then we'll go over everything we got, right?
I think that's a plan. Yeah, we got Raw, pay-per-view, Raw, SmackDown. Going to be a jam-packed week, and we'll be here bringing you the latest news, gossip, and results. All
right, y'all. So, like we said, we'll be back next Wednesday. We want you to follow us on Twitter @_Talkamania. Check out the new logo. Let us know what you think. Follow us on YouTube. Simple search Talkamania. We're up there. We'll be posting all of our videos there from now on. And old school, Podomatic. Just search Talkamania on there if you want to listen in your car. Until next week, enjoy No Mercy on Sunday. Dez, I'll be texting you tomorrow, bro. Let's go Braun Strowman, baby.
Enjoy No Mercy.